What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to About Even for another week. We are, I believe, round 18. You just keep doing the zips, buddy, while we're doing it. You know, zip into your mind. Well, listen, you keep doing it.
Found a little secret zip on my jacket.
Yeah, super necessary. What are you putting in there?
Nothing yet.
It's either a Mountaineer zip or an Adelaide zip.
It's an Adelaide.
What's a Mountaineer zip?
Well, like if you actually had like a compass or something you
Carabiners
actually
in
needed.
there.
Oh, yeah, your carras.
Spare carabiners and that.
Your beaners.
Shout out to Neds, whom we do this for. We love you and we appreciate you. If you do like to have a punters and dribblers, do it with Neds. If you want to try and get on the show as a lippy dribbler, you got to be sharing Neds bet slips into Sebo's DMs.
Not my
Bombard
DMs.
him with his personal DM.
I don't check a single
Seabass,
personal DM, even from friends now. So yeah,
go for
whatever.
it. Send him
Butter
text
him up,
messages.
butter him up.
0412 7. You want to text him?
If you bought him in your 3, well, you definitely...
If you want to text him directly to him, you can do that as well. Dick pics accepted. That's how you get on the show, though. Ned's bet slips directly to Seb.
Or gifts.
Yeah, gifts work.
But yeah, that zip you got right there, that's Adelaide zip.
Adelaide zip? Yeah.
Like maybe that's like a pocket knife.
It's not subtle enough.
Screwdriver. Small
Screwdriver.
Screwy out of there?
Yeah.
A trolley pole.
Little Yankee. Oh, you get a trolley in there for sure. Bro.
Just a random metal rod.
Yes.
Yeah, don't
Or a
like.
shiv.
Shiv.
Shiv, lad.
Yeah.
Well, you are wearing he's wearing his Adelaide boots.
I got my Adelaide boots
He's got
on.
his TNs on.
These are good wet weather shoes, let me tell you. Good for stomping puddles.
Oh, yeah?
I don't have any Wish Wellingtons.
You gabbering in puddles in those?
Just walking the dog.
I'd love
mate.
to see you gabbering in puddles on a wet day in your TNs.
You'd love to see that.
Well, because it's like you're gabbering, but you're also getting the...
Well, it's wet.
Yeah, but there's a
So the
visual
effect,
element
well,
to
there's
it,
a visual element is the effect of the water splashing up. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know whether anyone remembers the movie Bootmen from the 90s.
Is that
Sam Worthington and that Garcia guy?
that guy who kind of looks a
It's
little
set in
woggy?
Newcastle. Yeah,
like,
Garcia.
Yeah.
Set in Newcastle, rugby, and they're the son of steel workers, and they're all fucking...
but they're bootmen.
But they also tap dance. And
So it's a little bit like
Well-
another movie.
what's the other movie?
The dancer from fucking Ireland. What's it? Billy Elliot.
Yeah, but it was before Billy Elliot. Billy Elliot probably, bit off a bit of Bootman. This is early Sam Worthington anyway.
How old's Billy Elliot?
Billy is pretty old. But
Bootman's before Billy Elliot.
You reckon?
Yeah, I would bet
I would say it's pretty close.
Do you want to bet
bet
50,
you-
50 on it?
No,
Yeah.
I won't bet a 50.
50 on it?
Bet a unit.
50
I
on it.
don't fucking know. How
Well,
the
so
fuck
why
would I know?
you said you wanted to bet on it.
I'll bet a unit on
I'll
it.
bet
then.
both you a unit each. Eddie?
No.
Pussies.
I reckon
I've already got
bootmen
the
is
answer.
it, but it's closer than you think.
Oh, same year. it's
a push.
Stolen
It's a
script
push.
thing again.
It's a push.
Listen,
a push.
how does that happen? How does Bootman and Billy Elliot come out at the
Twin
fucking
films,
same
mate.
Yeah,
time?
twin films, dude. That's
Even though I'm pretty sure Billy Elliot's like,
Huge.
critically acclaimed.
Bootman, not so much, but Bootman said in Newey. And it was like, oh, my son's a bloody tap dancer.
But I tell you what made Billy Elliot was just the hard ass father.
It's exactly the same as Bootman.
Was there one in that bootman? Yeah.
Wasn't Worthington offered both roles and he chose Bootman?
In Billy Elliot?
No, he was chosen.
Billy Elliot's like a 10-year-old kid.
In England.
Sam
Northern
Worthington.
England.
Sam Worthington was old enough then. No. That's anyway. Welcome back to the betting show, punters and dribblers.
We have funny, don't we?
Of course, they were on the same fucking year, dude.
No, but I remember,
Month
because
apart.
I'm remembering Billy Elliot in primary school, and Bootmen wasn't like a fucking classic.
No,
It was around the
Bootmen
same.
was not a classic
Same
at
as
all.
like Coyote Ugly. I bet you.
He's the same guy.
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
Yeah,
he would have
same
got
guy. He was
Coyote
in
Ugly after
the
that.
Bootmen,
After
yeah.
Bootmen, yeah.
So the only reason we got, when like you used to get VCRs, like
Yeah.
like you just get random shit, like
Yeah.
because you could buy them. Same with DVDs, I guess, like in a bin at a fucking Sanity store
Yeah.
or at a Harvey Norman or a JD.
Yeah.
So like someone just gave us Bootmen for Christmas. It was by no means critically acclaimed. It was just one of those ones when you had it, you're like, fuck.
No, it's
what
a little
else?
day Aussie film, it's just
It's a little Aussie film.
little Aussie film tries to,
It's an enormous industry over here, man.
because they've got their like steel cap and they're like clanking
Well,
around.
they've got steel caps on their Blundstones, so it's
Yeah.
like we're not gay. We're still, we're still tap dancers, mate. I mean, we're still men in our boots. It's like relax, it's all good. You dance and it's fine. And then they electrify.
Do they have steel-toed work boots?
Yeah, and they put the steel caps on their blunnies.
Yeah,
This is why this has come full circle here. They, on their final big show that they did, the
Dance in the
performance,
Rain.
they filled their like metal fucking thing with water, so they're splashing and shit. I want to see you do that in TNs. That's all I'm saying. I want to see you gabbering in puddles with TNs.
Cute.
Will you do it?
Nah.
No? No way?
Nah.
Spare pair of shoes?
Nope.
No?
Not right now, no.
Not right now.
Maybe one day.
Today?
No.
No? No chance?
Nah.
Not a big content guy. All right, let's move on. Rue off today. Shout out to Rue. Hope you're doing well. Should we get to some accountability, Edward?
There's a bit on. Little bit on.
There is a bit on.
Bit of movement at the station, as they say. Panthers 8 defeated the Bulldogs 6. A lot of red. Lot of red. I had either team less than 12.5. You had a Preston guru who's not here. Otherwise, red.
Yeah. Should have just stood out Panthers. I was feeling it.
You were, but you also said Jenkins and Montoya.
No, I know what I'm saying. I should have just stood out Panthers. I was feeling it.
Yeah, you're right. You should have stood them
I should have stood them out.
Seagulls 28 defeat the Tigers 10. I had Manly 13 plus in Cooler, but the moment reserved for Thomas, William, George, Birmingham, Burbo, Cooler, Garrick 18-10.
Garrick back on the wing is just like that's when things were good. That's when times were
Dude,
better.
I'm loving Garrick back on the wing.
Garrick back on the wing is when, life made sense. Obviously,
It's when 13 plus reigned supreme.
13 plus reigned supreme, pre-COVID. Look, my parents were divorced, but, life felt better. Things made more sense. So whenever I see a Garrick on the wing, it's like I had to get on it. Don't know if I'll be on it again this week, but I might. Cooler, obvious. Burbo was the one where I was being a greedy guts.
No, but you're also loyal to the Trbojevic family.
Oh, of course I'm loyal to the Trbojevic family, but it's like it was a $4.50 addition to the bet. Greedy guts stuff. Just happy to see it go over late, 75th min, I believe. Shout out to the Manly Seagulls.
And shout out to that bet. That's a meaty thing. Sebo had a Terrell May in there that let him down because Garrick scored $14.09, so stiff shit, I suppose. Lippy 0 from 6 legs so far. Raiders 22 defeat the Knights 18. I just Sebo again, giving himself bangs in videos. Didn't put the bet on. Obviously, just sucking himself off.
Did you put a video up?
No. He put a video up yesterday. The weekend highlights banging. In knowing he didn't put it on.
You put it in the bang video. You should lose more units for that.
I actually
horrific.
did it. I actually didn't know until I put it in knowing, but it was basically the same time. Look,
So you didn't even put the bet on.
Got distracted by the lunch on Friday.
Great lunch, that.
Great lunch.
But you put your Manly bet on.
Yeah, but in my head, I put it on and I wasn't even going to the games. And I was like, okay, I'll go back and put the other bet on. Before you know it, you've had a couple of margs, spilt some freaking dumplings all over you, and you go into the game. And then,
Still insane that happened, the dumplings.
I reckon it was someone else now that I think about it.
All over the front
How
of
did
you?
it get the back of me then?
It squirted up and over.
Okay.
Oh, you think it was
Someone else that we just didn't see. I was looking at you the whole time.
Well, no one saw it actually happen.
No, I looked away.
Yeah, but that's what happens. They pop, and you don't. They just they work in mysterious ways.
That was so good, dude. That was the best.
So that's disappointing, Sebo.
Yeah, I know.
Because Sebo had Knights under 44.5. Obviously, he doesn't get up because he didn't put the bet on.
I only had unders, to be honest, so it's not the end of the world.
Not the end of the world, but you do, obviously.
Yes.
You don't get the win.
I know, but it wasn't like I lost it out on a kind of $20 bet.
No,
or
that's
something,
right. That's
you know?
right. That's right. I had Knights plus 7.5 under 44.5, 350. That bangs. Thank you very much. Broncos 26 defeat the Warriors 12. I tripled the Wars. Metcalf goes down. Is that a bad beat?
No, definitely not, because they were losing.
No,
before
so not a bad beat?
No.
They'll get him pumped before
Wasn't close to scoring.
Okay. But would Wars have won if he didn't go down?
No.
Probably not.
Okay.
Didn't Chanzi also went down?
He also went down, yeah.
Are they fucked now?
Yeah, completely
Okay.
fucked.
So,
Chanzi's out for a while, isn't he?
4 weeks, I think.
Metcalf, is that
Season.
ACL.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Barnett gone season. Metcalf gone season.
so Tom had Stags, Lecker, and Wars. Doesn't hit,
That's
obviously.
That's a tough miss for a wrangle there. That's just like having him in your sights and then just getting distracted and missing him by a pubic hair.
Yeah.
Well, not a pubic hair by 14 points,
Yeah,
but
that's
whatever.
that's a pubic hair. It's a leg. It's a pubic hair.
Sure. Guru had Lecker and Sebo. Man of the hour, $24.95. He put this one on, didn't ya?
Yeah.
Got
Greatest
this one
wrangle
on,
of all
son?
time. That's my fourth wrangle.
You think that's the greatest wrangle of all time?
Well, look at the board and look at the wrangles.
Oh, you're the greatest wrangler.
No, but it's the greatest wrangle from odds-wise.
Oh, is it?
Have a look at
Easily.
the board.
Oh, they've got the odds on there. Huge. Good for you, Seba.
I've got another.
no, but what was your...
It was only a Stags into like an unders or something. So that was
for
like
the pot?
for the pot one. That was like $4 or $5.
Right.
This one's $24.95.
It's big and
Like-
thick and
Yeah, no,
Like-
that's it. That's the greatest wrangle of all time.
It's the greatest wrangle of all time. I've got 4
Congratulations.
wrangles now. So if you, I think I said it on the video, if you followed me on every single wrangle, you'd be well up. Because I haven't wrangled more than 20 times. I've gotten 4 to come off, and I've got one of them's a 25 to 1. So if you just followed my wrangles, you'd be well up.
No, listen. Just Wranglers, dude. Shout out to Wranglers. Jeep Wranglers. Well done. $24.95.
Yeah, it's a big, thick Australian bet.
So we need to get. When are you going to get the rest of his? You're missing 2 up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you've already ordered them.
Well,
So how many have we got then? With just 2 more to come? Or does someone else wrangle?
No. Does
Yeah,
Rue
right.
have one maybe?
No.
No, no one else.
We don't have.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, right. It's a good little side quest of the overall mission. Like, obviously, the main mission over there, total units.
I wouldn't
Then
mind
side
maybe a
quest-
couple more side quests. I mean, there's that, but I mean that one's never happening.
But Immortal's a side quest.
No, Immortal. But I also was talking about
This is the holy sacred board. That one.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'd want to be on that kind of a board.
I know.
Side quests are just as fun as the fucking.
Oh no, they absolutely are. Well, it's like GTA. They're a side mission.
Yeah.
You have to-
Well, you gotta.
It's an open
You gotta
world
get the
out here.
packages. Are they still doing hidden packages? They used to. Dragons 34 defeat the Eagles 20. So a lot of Eagles rhetoric.
Fuck,
here.
man, I thought I was on there for a bit.
Sebo Eagles plus 3.5 with Footy Dean. Well, yeah.
But like that.
Except the Eagles got pumped. But.
Yeah, but
They came back.
for a second and got the foot on the line kind of thing. All I'm saying, at the 70th minute, I'm still feeling like my bet's a chance.
Yes.
You know, that's what was going on. And I'm
Yes.
like, to have that feeling with a Footy Dean in there, it just feels better than just a regular bet, you know?
Well, Footy Dean 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Huge for Footy Dean.
Footy Dean, you go like Footy Dean. You rock up for Footy Dean.
Big fan of Footy Dean and everything
Bums
he
in
does.
seats.
Oh, well, he's a needle mover. We've talked about this
Bums
at
and
length.
seats for Footy Dean.
At length. Dolphins 50 defeat the Rabbitohs 28. There was a Bunnies feeling in the air. A lot of AJ, a lot of Bunnies rhetoric. I had Bunnies 13 plus, for example. So the whole screen red.
AJ not going over.
Sebo and Guru tripled Bunnies 8.5 into AJ. Which
I also
doesn't hit.
tripled
and
the
you
Eels.
tripled the Eels minus 6.5 previously.
Yeah.
So we were 0 from 3 triples in 3 games of rugby league.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think we just got...
Alex Johnson's fullback this weekend. Sorry, just a...
But I think the triple we just got sucked in by the week before kind of rhetoric. Like, the Dolphins lost to the Knights, so
Yeah,
me and Root
we're
triple
dumb.
the Bunnies. Like,
we're fucking stupid.
the
That's what
Dragons
happens.
sucks, so Tom gets... Like, you know, it's just... Yeah.
Oh, it's pure.
It's week before kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
We just know rugby league doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to get sucked in. It's a whirlpool.
We're dumb.
It's a serious whirlpool. Storm 30 defeat the Sharks 6. No underbelly. Ovs. Still a lot of red, gentlemen. Tom had 1 from 4 legs in his scope bet. Wish he doesn't score. Sebo had a Hughes, but Sharks plus 9.5. Wilton for Guru. Nothing doing. Nothing happening.
Nah.
Cowboys 30 defeat the Titans 24. At one point, Cows looked okay for 13 plus, but didn't finish that way. Tom's a Purdue shot. Purdue. Nanai scored. Sebo, well done, mate. Over 50.5 points.
I mean, just it's a boring bet, but it's a simple bet with these two, right? Like, no defense, both of them.
Shit teams. I wonder if we're the only ones that pronounce Purdue's name like that, or whether like he just gets that everywhere he goes.
Well, he must get Purdue. Purdue is a
I don't know how
fucking
you
college
say
in the States,
I
isn't
know,
it?
but Purdue just doesn't sound right. You have to say Purdue.
Yeah, you have to say Purdue. Mike, I just go that way automatically. I can't say it the other way.
No, I try and it feels like
Purdue? No.
Purdue.
Purdue.
It just doesn't feel natural the other way.
No, it doesn't, Tom.
Purdue. Let's get on the unit scoopers.
Picked around. Tom 5 from 8, Sebo 2 from 4, Guru 1 from 6, Slippy 0 from 5, myself 4 from 4, $19.24. Karapani, Lomax, Hughes, Talangi. The moment Hughes scored in the 70th minute, I'm like, Talangi scores easily. Murray against the Titans, like, done. Thanks for coming. That's good. My first scooper of the year. You need them.
You needed it. Like, well, you didn't need it, but like, of course you got it.
But it's good to get one in the season, you know what I mean?
Well, I haven't had one. So damn sure.
Well, like, you know, but it's good to get one.
Yeah.
You know?
Congratulations.
Hot seat, Rabbitohs, minus 4.5 for Sebo. That goes down.
So
He's
am I
out.
officially out, or if everyone loses in a row, I
it's
win?
week 8. So 8, 9, 10. You can get
You
it.
can still
I can get it. And it would still be, if everyone lost in a row, I'd still have to get one. And there's one win.
But you
So
can
if 8, lose,
Yeah.
9 lose,
Lose,
10
10
lose.
You've still gotta win.
I've still got to win 11.
so you're still in
I'm
this
still in
one,
it then.
Fuck,
Yeah.
so I've still got to do heaps.
And even if
but I
one
could
of us-
lose this
Yeah,
week and then
yeah.
I just trip
you
into
could
it.
you could trip into it.
If you lost this week
It's
and
too
everyone
close.
lost,
I know people have tripped into it before, namely Edward.
Mate, most people.
I think
here
I
have
tripped.
into
I
it.
think I've
I think
won it.
everyone's
I think
tripped
I
into it.
tripped- I think I
Everybody
tripped
tripped into
into it.
his.
except for me, I flew to Drachma.
Oh, that's true for the grand final.
Yep, for the grand final.
Fair, good point. All right, let's keep going. Now.
Weekly leaderboard. I won, obviously. 3 from 9 bets, 14.2 units in the green. Tom, 1 from 9 -5. Sebo, 2 from 9 -5. Not putting that bet on, cost your son. Lippy, none from 9 -6.19. Guru, 1 from 9 -7.85. The leaderboard. I'm 11.14 in the green. Sebo, second, -20.93. Guru, third, -42.63. Lippy, -51.54. And my old mate Tommy Boom, son of an Aussie hero, legend through and through, sort of stuff, -69.07.
Mate, I'm in some trouble and I need to start betting accordingly. And so, like, don't be all like, oh, you need to fucking keep playing. It's like, what I'm trying to do is conserve units and hit a scooper. That's what I'm doing.
But you can no. But you were playing the
Look
other
at
week
Rue though.
and you got out of it.
Rue did a forget the score thing and got like up 40 units.
Yeah, he did.
But he also hit a scooper, didn't he?
A scooper and a triple.
Yeah,
No,
but
2 triples.
I know.
He hit, no,
No, he didn't even hit a
He hit
scooper.
2 triples.
He did 2 triples. And yeah.
Well, listen, I've got
that's
Origin.
playing rugby league.
I've got Origin coming up next week where I know that I have to triple. So I'm just, it's you do have to play some fucking chess here.
Now I have checked as well the Lippies, who can always be relied on, who are I just love how quick they are to throw shade at our bets, even though I'm in the fucking green. They have lost 38 bets on the trot. The record set by Thomas William George Birmingham, 43 bets.
Yep.
They could get there this weekend. They can get there this weekend. If they lose all 5 bets, which they will, plus a unit scooper, would be 6. Put them at 44 bets.
Huge. I would like to lose the mantle, although I am just one man doing 43 bets. You still, the Lippy generally.
The Lippy is one man, though.
Yeah, it is. Or woman.
Or woman.
Or both.
Well, it's gender fluid.
It's a
And it's
hermaphrodite.
gender neutral. It's a V and a P.
Yeah. It's got all of it.
Can fuck itself.
A herm.
A hermaphrodite.
A Hermie. So shout out to the Lippy dribbler.
Shout out to him. Let's get betting. We will have a State of Origin pot going on for Game 3, the decider. That'll be open. Keep an eye out. You got to be in the About Even group. You'll be able to see it in there. So come and get involved if you feel inclined to do so. All right. It is Buy-Round Rugby League, punters and dribblers. May God have mercy on your souls. The first game is Bulldogs Broncos, Friday night, Accor Stadium. May God have mercy on their souls, whoever's going out to that one. It's probably going to be wet. $1.55 for the Dogs, $2.45 for the Broncos, 5.5 the line, and the total 45.5. For the first time today, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Random Stats Guy.
Thank you, Tom. It's going to be dry for this one. It's going to be drying up after Thursday morning in Sydney, so should be fine for this game. The Bulldogs, they have won 5 of their last 6 games at Accor. They have won 4 of their last 5 meetings against the Broncos at Accor as well. The Broncos, they've failed to cover the line in each of their last 8 Friday night matches and have lost 4 of their last 5 games without Reece Walsh. So I don't mind the Dogs here at the line. For try scorers, some good value here for some Doggies players. First, you got Jacob Preston. He's scored in 4 of his last 5 games. He's scored in 2 of his last 3 games against the Broncos, including earlier this season. And the Broncos, they are third in the last 5 weeks for tries conceded to right second rowers. And then there's Connor Tracy at $3.25. He scored 7 tries in 5 games against the Broncos. And the Broncos, they've conceded a try to a fullback in 4 of their last 5 games too.
Okay, Connor Tracy, you say, at $3.25. I like it. As I said, I'm going to be going, juicy odds here. I have got Dogs, the only team to score 20 points, into Preston and Karapani. I'm also going to throw in a Connor Tracy. So I don't know exactly what the odds are there. They'll be on the screen. But it's without Connor, it's 13-17. So I'm just going to add Connor Tracy in there, and I'll let you know after everyone else
So
bets.
Connor's the man, you reckon?
Connor is.
Connor's the man.
He had a great game
I
against
don't think
Penrith.
I've
He's
ever
coming off it.
included Connor Trace in a bet of mine. Nothing against him. I just don't think I have.
Dude, I did the other week.
It's the same as like we were talking about before, going to like fast food joints, getting the same thing. Like I've usually got meatballs, but like I've definitely definitely gone to Subway, and I can't even speak right now. I'm
No,
that
what's
tired.
going on, buddy?
What's
happening?
I'm tired. I've had a very late night last night.
Why?
My plane. I was delayed in Maruya for 5 hours on my little plane, on my Rex plane in an airport. The site was basically a demountable, and then got up into the storm, and you can't even hear a thing, can't even hear your headphones, and then we had to just fly around Sydney until there was only one runway open last night.
And what, it was that loud up there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What, with rain?
Well, and also small planes, it's a bit louder.
Well, they're a lot louder.
Yeah.
Are you rocking the propeller?
Yeah.
Well, the propeller's loud, mate.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
turbine a bit different.
It was only like 12
The
people in
engine
the
or whatever.
plane, you know,
Jet engine.
and you're like, fuck, I just wish I but you wouldn't want to drive in that weather as well. But I was like,
I'd
I
prefer to
do
drive.
not want to be up here.
So it was etch?
Yeah. Yeah.
You shitting your little duckies?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's why you prefer to drive. That's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
driving in that
was it
weather.
a fun experience to be up in a storm or not at all?
no.
Nah. Like
Fuck, it was fun
in a little
They don't
plane as
come
well.
down.
until they do.
Until they do.
Well, you know, Qantas, Rex.
Rex.
Oh, yeah. They're the same. They probably don't have the same safety record.
A smaller plane. Well, Rex is Qantas, I think. I think it's like a sub brand.
Anyway, what are you doing?
I've actually got my dog's jersey. I got gifted this by the boys down there.
Do you have no shame?
It's not an actual Bulldogs jersey. So what I found
It's the
out,
same colours. And
yeah,
the
so they
same
borrow the
logo.
branding. I asked them, I was like, is this related to the Dogs? And no. So a lot of the like rugby league clubs, they just like borrow the branding and the name, but they're not actually feeder clubs. Okay. So I was like, I can wear this, but I just the South Coast boys, Sapphire Coast boys, should I say, gave me this. I don't know if that's a good sign for the game or not, but I just wanted to shout them out. And I kind of felt the Dogs are going to just write down and remember what happened to them last time they came up against the Broncos. What was it, like 36-6 or something?
Yeah,
I think
42 to 14.
Yeah, that's the highlights we'll be playing in the room. I think both fucking, what do they call them? Chicken, what were they? What I used to call the second rowers back in the day.
Oh, like a
Thigh? No, fuck, drumstick.
Drumstick.
Drumstick. Preston and kick out go in.
not as sharp today.
no.
buddy.
You're off, mate.
Mate, I've had like 2 hours sleep.
You had like 1 hour sleep.
What do you
last
mean?
time.
That's more than you usually get.
I normally get 3 or 4.
You were coming in here saying you used to get 45 minutes. Now I've been telling
that
people
was
that
in
story.
peak. That was in peak. That was in peak.
You're out of control. Mate.
Throwing a little Stags there. 29-39. So it's basically 2 Bulldog drumsticks go in with the Stags wrangle. What am I doing here? High odds trying to wrangle the Stags on a side quest because it's a buy round.
Love it. Love it. I did have Preston. I'm going to sub Preston out and go with my boy, random stats guy, with a Connor Trace. Dogs 1-12. I think after last week's tight loss, they go out there and they get the job done against the Broncos. I think it's tight, though. I see relative tightness. I know it was a blowout last time. I see more tightness this time. Dogs 1-12. Tracy, 8.39. Not bad.
Not bad.
Pretty good odds.
Not bad.
$8.39.
To Tracy. I mean, again,
Tracy scores. I was
I
on
know.
Tracy a couple of weeks ago.
$8.39 for that? That's
know.
meaty.
it is.
It's not meaty.
For 2 legs?
For 2 legs, with
2 legs is
fullback,
pretty
it's
good.
meaty.
Yeah, true. 1-12 though. You got that.
Two
You got
legs-
that
two legs
specific
with a-
nature of the 1-12.
But 2 legs with a
Yes.
fucking fully at 8.39 is meaty. Sorry, it is.
Listen, it's. I wouldn't say meaty, but it's hearty.
It's a hearty meal. You barely finish that.
No, you'd finish it easily, but you'd be satiated. My updated odds are 38.57. Shock horror. What is Guru?
You're conserving this week, are you?
Yep. Guru
Why is that?
has Guru removed his bets?
No, I accidentally put mine in the Guru column.
Oh,
and I
okay. I was
moved
like
him
that
up.
cheeky fucker.
He'll be taking full advantage of
Yeah.
right
Yes,
Yeah.
daytime changes or daytime
to
bets.
change
Yeah.
the day of. To select the day of.
Lippy. Who is he?
Sean Davey. He
Sean the ball.
got in, obviously Ned slips, but he did a Butts bet.
Sean the ball.
Oh, Butts bets.
A Butts of a first try scorer and any time and a first, second or third. And I was just like, that's mad. And I forget who he did it for, but then I gave him the Lippy spot, like not for another couple of weeks. And then he just did a warm-up Butts bet and he Butsed Stags. And I think got Stags, or at least Stags.
Can you please remind everyone at home about the Butts bet? Was it used to be for golf?
What was golf? You'd pick an outright and then a T10 and a T20. So you kind of
Or a
ride in
T5,
the,
T10.
Yeah.
yeah, whatever it is. And I think in rugby league, you can go first try scorer, first, second, or third, and then anytime try scorer. So if just your anytime gets up, it kind of covers your outlay of the first ones. So he asked if he could do it. I don't know if we can do it, but he did put stags for this game. And I was like, maybe we can work it out or maybe not. But like just a reminder how fun a Butts bet is
Why doesn't he just put
Well, how do
stags
we
for his
he can
his
Butts
unit
it.
scooper?
Well, I don't know. Like in terms of the numbers and stuff, that's an Eddie question. How to like kind of stake.
Well, essentially, he's got 3 bets there.
Yeah.
I'm allowing it.
Yep.
So he would.
Why doesn't he just turn that into his unit scooper?
Well, it's the same, you'd have to do the same sort of math anyway.
Oh, okay.
Well, like on this occasion, we'll allow it just to bring back the Butts because I've missed it quite frankly.
Yeah.
How it would work from a functional standpoint, punters and dribblers, is we obviously bet to win 5 units, $50. So his first bet is any time to win $50. His second bet is first, second, or third to win $50. And
So it's like a triple stake sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
3 separate bets.
Yes.
Though.
If they all come off, he'll get $150, which
Yes.
is like a triple stake
Yes.
payout.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's allow because I missed
We'll
the
allow
Butts, and he also got a Butts.
And
a
he's
stag
obviously an
Butts.
old school. That's an old school
Old
reference.
school stag.
Can we
Butts,
put
net
the odds
slip.
in for that though, so I know when I'm
Yeah,
doing
we'll
the
put 'em in.
spready?
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll put him in.
All right, Sean Davey, well done. That's an OG right there talking Butts bet.
I like that.
Yeah, same.
I like a man who knows what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows the lore of the show?
LORE.
Yes.
Yep.
Not LAW.
No,
LORE.
because Butts has been gone for
The nerdy version.
Yeah.
what 22 maybe was the last kind of Butts.
Yeah, we were butzing in 22. We weren't butzing in 23.
We weren't Butts. Not in 23.
Nah, not 23. Eddie, you haven't updated the teams here, so this next one
Yeah.
says Seagulls Tigers at GIO Stadium.
Sorry, mate. It's Raiders versus the Dragons, my friend.
Raiders Dragons GIO Stadium.
Yep.
I'm going to assume the odds and everything else are correct.
It is.
The Raiders are $1.30, the Dragons $3.50. The line is 11.5 rugby league points, and the total is 48.5. Corbs, where are the Sunnies today, mate?
They're just here. I'll put them on.
mate.
I'll put them on.
Put them on,
Put them
Corby.
on. Sorry, it's not as bright today. For this game, it's going to be dry.
You're looking hot today, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Trying my best.
You look like an
Trying my best.
Italian Terminator.
Great Terminator.
You look like you're ready to fucking snap necks,
Yeah, you
catch
do.
checks.
We need to get you a leather jacket.
Yeah.
I want to
Yes.
start dressing him up a bit.
Yeah,
over there,
please
you know what I
do.
mean?
He's a bit of a
Nah.
Ken doll.
Yeah.
Like, put a leather
yeah,
jacket.
Let's get him a
Just
leather
make him
jacket.
a greaser.
Yeah.
Like leather jacket, white shirt, tight fucking jeans,
Yeah.
boots.
Well, you
or
don't even
whatever
really
they
need to do it. You just need the waist up.
Yeah, just the waist up. That's sweet. Can I continue now?
No, you're all right, mate. We're
Yeah,
just thinking
sweet,
about
cool,
ways
cool.
we can accessorize you. Like
Perfect.
We're
you're-
just
That'd be awesome.
sexualizing you, mate.
Yeah, oh, that's fine.
Streety's
Totally
feather
okay.
earring.
Nice felt hat.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
Fedora.
That'd be awesome. Fedora would be great. It's going to be dry, -2 the minimum here in Canberra for this game. The Raiders, they love playing the Dragons at home. They haven't lost at GIO to them since 2015. They've won 15 of their 17 games against them at GIO as well. However, it has been tight. The last 5 meetings at GIO have been decided by 6 points or less. And the last 4 wins that the Raiders have had over the Dragons have been by 10 points or less. So I don't mind the Dragons there to show up and maybe cover that 11.5 line. For try scorers, one man here who's good value and banging at the moment is Ethan Strange. 4 tries in his last 4 games. He scored 3 tries in his last 4 home games. The Dragons, they are second for tries conceded to left halves in the last 5 weeks, conceding 4 tries in 4 games to left halves in that period.
I've got Ethan. In fact, I even wrote it down as Ethan. I don't know why, but there's no other Ethans around in the NRL, is there?
Bullymore, read a book.
Read
Now?
a book.
Ethan Bullymore, plays for Manly.
Oh.
You haven't heard of...
No,
we
actually, I
crap on about Ethan Bullymore every week.
I tune out when you talk about Manly.
No, we do not.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, sorry. No, you're right, we do.
No, you're right, because now I do
Yeah.
remember him. Well, at least
Ethan
one time.
Lowe,
Ethan Lowe, great Queenslander.
North
Yeah.
Queensland, and a Rabbitoh.
Yeah, but
And
now
Rebel.
I'm talking, but he's old school.
Ethan Hunt.
That's why I put it in, because it reminded me of Ethan Hunt. But also, I was on Huddy
Ethan
Young
Heskey?
a few weeks ago.
Mr. Heskey's real name.
Also, the
Is it
other
Ethan?
next season will be Ethan Strange and Ethan Sanders in the halves for the Raiders. So 2 Ethans
Two
there.
Ethan's getting around.
Couple of Ethans getting around,
Couple of
mate.
Ethans.
But I was on who was I? Huddy Young the other day, and just watching Ethan run into the line, you're like, fucking hell, this guy can just run pretty hard, and he scored a few tries himself. So I'm like, I just wouldn't mind being on a hard running 5'8" named Ethan. And then also we made a bit of a big deal about Tom's Corey Horsburgh bet last week, and I feel it's a perfect time to come in and slide a 50 into the machine and just get those two. So that's 14.96.
That's definitely a great call from you.
Great time to slide a 50 in.
Yeah. Edward?
I've got the Dragons plus 11.5. I did do some research pre-show in the greenie, and I noticed that things were toit, a GIO, but toit generally, going back to like 2018, been toit. So I like tightness. Dragons plus 11.5. I've got Gutho here, and I'm going to stick with Gutho, even though I am tempted by Ethan. I really am. So 4.58 for the two of them. I like that line. I like cold fucking football. It's going to be tight, surely.
Oh, cold.
-2, you reckon? -2 at kickoff, or is
That's
that
what they
overnight
reckon,
at 3 in the
That's-
morning?
By the time it gets to 7 o'clock, it'll be around 5, 4. It may as well be -2.
Right. So you're rounding down and
rounding down
across.
to the nearest -2.
So it'll be
yes.
-2 at 4 a.m. is usually what the coldest.
Yeah, just before the sun.
Yeah,
mate.
just.
Yeah. Some minus.
But there's also feels like, because you can play.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it can be
Yeah.
3 or 4, but feels like -3.
I'm a big fan of feels like in winter.
Yeah, I was in Orange the other way, and it's like you're in 2 or 3 degrees, but it feels like -2.
Also,
or 3.
like, you don't fucking know how it feels. It's such a
Well,
bullshit metric, but I respect it.
You
but
do.
it's like, you can't tell me how I feel.
No, because
Some people run hot.
No, because it brings in wind chill.
Yeah, but do they know if Tobler's had a dick pill? He wouldn't feel like it. You can't
But
tell.
he
Some
has to do
people
his
run
own
hot.
math from that.
Well, I think if
My old man loves the cold.
I reckon if you read an asterisk, it'd be like people that run hot not included.
If you've had a blue pill,
Yeah, or if you charged and chubbed, because you
So it
you
feels
think you
like-
might get a date, but you're more likely to get 2 cancelled on you.
so what? Heavy. Sorry, Tobler. Feels like -2 unless you've had a dick pill, which means it might feel like +7.
Yeah, or you run hot like Billy Birmingham.
Yeah, or Billy
Johnny
Vans,
Ingate.
Yeah, got the aircon on in a fucking snowstorm.
AccuWeather
simple. That's not hard.
says it's going to be 1 degrees at night.
And what it feels like. Because I think Canberra games, you
They
could have
don't give a feels
cold.
like. They say real feel,
Yep.
0.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's basically the same.
Same thing.
How can you tell me the difference between 0 and 1?
Well, one's where water freezes and one isn't.
There you go.
Great point.
I've just been schooled.
You have been
By a
schooled.
bloke on
You
1
have
hour
been
sleep.
schooled there.
You've been schooled.
Did you have anything about Gutho that you wanted to say there, mate?
Mate, only because it's in Canberra, it's going to be freezing cold, and I just think that he's all guts, that bloke.
Yep.
He's all guts. I think the cold makes things shrink away, but Gutho's immune to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
He'd get out of an ice bath chubbed.
I don't know. I know what you mean by Gutho being all guts, but we were talking extensively at the lunch about, the march into Russia and stuff.
Yes,
like,
we were.
it just freezes anyone. Like, I think
Stalingrad.
But not everyone. You know what I mean? They it was like
should do-
8% of their men got back.
Was it 17 hours or 17 minutes that they lasted?
So that was
17 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you put him for inside 17 minutes to score?
Before he gets shot.
Before he gets shot.
Well, so he's first, second, or third. He'd be first, second,
Yeah,
or
it'd have to be
third.
first, second, or third.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I'll come back to you with the odds.
This is a Stalingrad.
That's a Stalingrad bet. Going in behind enemy lines and just absorbing pressure.
Yeah. Stalingrad. You should always get rid of Dragons and just have him first, second, or third.
Well, no, because the Dragons are they're going into enemy lines.
Yeah.
Oh, but they don't they lose?
I'll need to think about it.
Yeah, you have a think over there.
Because they're not at home.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
But that was the point, right?
Yeah,
Well,
wasn't it marching?
the Stalingrad bet by definition then would just be first, second,
Second or third.
Gutho
That's what I'm
just
saying.
Stood
Yeah,
out.
out.
Yeah,
Which I think because the coldness dictates
the terms.
the terms.
Yeah.
And I like it. I got to be honest with you, I really like it. I've got Sloan. He's on the wing and he's been in the media. The Dragons want him gone. And so that's like really just me being a like pop culture cocksucker where I'm like, oh, I heard his name this week. I'm going to put him in. The other two are because I'm desperate. And I've got Timoko and Chris. They both score tries. I don't know, Rando, anything centre related for me with the Raiders?
They have been scoring tries, not in a while though.
Well, that's...
They're 9th and 10th for tries scored to left and right centres in the last 5 weeks.
Okay.
So not really.
That's edge.
That is edge.
Well,
725
725.
for Gutho first, second, or third.
Okay, I'm just going to have a little look here. If I go Terrell Sloan, and then I went Ethan, strange because you mentioned him.
We.
Already getting some odds here. Then what about if I throw in a Zachy Hoskins? 1915.
Scored in his last 4 home games. Can't
Getting
go
rid
wrong.
of everything else. What was that?
Scored in his last 4 home games as well.
Well, that's
So
good.
there you go.
That's 1915. What's our Lippy doing?
Where is he? Raiders minus 11.5. Xavier 2+, 478. Savage.
Jeez.
Basically 3 legs.
3. That doesn't feel. He started well on the Butts bet.
Yeah.
Started real well. We moved to Cowboys v the Storm. This is at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Something flew up my nose. Sorry about that, everyone. Had to reset. 360 for the Cows, $1.30 for the Storm. The line, 10.5, and the total, 48.5. Both Origin affected. Rando.
It's going to be dry in Townsville for this game. As you mentioned, both teams' Origin impacted. Last time the Cowboys missed all their Origin stars. They lost by 54 to the Dolphins. Whilst the Storm, they have won 7 consecutive games with Tyron Wishart and Jerome Hughes in the halves. However, only 3 of those wins were by 13-plus points. The Storm, they've struggled away and at night this season, failing to cover in 7 of their last 8 night matches and 7 of their last 8 away games. The Cowboys, they've covered in 7 of their last 8 meetings against the Storm, so it might be a bit of a big line there for the Storm to cover. For try scorers, I don't mind Murray Taulagi here. He's at $2 to score. He's scored in 3 consecutive games, scored in 3 consecutive games against the Storm, and left wingers have scored 6 tries in the last 5 games against Melbourne. On the other hand, you've got Jerome Hughes, who is in try-scoring form as well. He's scored in 3 straight games. He scored a double earlier against the Cowboys. And in the last 5 weeks, the Cowboys are first for tries conceded to right halves. So don't mind Jerome Hughes for a bit more value.
I like Murray, Drinky, and Wishy at 18-10. That's what I like.
Wishy shouldn't shock him. Wishy's got my little pencil moving. It's full of lead.
Full of lead. Didn't score last week, but he's starting in the halves. He's got a heap about him. I mean,
And he's still a pretty good price for starting.
410, I think.
No, 3 something, isn't he? Is he 410 starting?
Thought it was 310 or 410?
He is 310.
Yeah.
310. I'm a big fan of what he does. I'm a big fan of him starting. I don't mind if he comes off the pine. I'm on him all the time.
3 from his last 5 games.
Wishy, Drinky, Murray, Taulagi, 18-10.
I'm also going a Wishy.
Have to.
Well, all 3 of us are going to Wishy here, but I'm going Wishy. I'm going Jerome Hughes, who my dad has said that I must point out he thinks looks identical to you. So
I can see bits.
he said that you are.
They're not identical, but they're
He said, well, listen, he's saying you're the in-between. I was speaking to him last night. He goes, well, you make sure you fucking tell him on the show then. I'm like, all right, I will. And I would have forgotten had I not actually had him in my bet. But he thinks that you are the midway point between Benji Marshall and Jerome Hughes.
What?
I don't
he
get
also-
the Benji side.
But he also thinks that you're Benji Marshall, Edward. So Dad's, he's all over that.
I think I've got Benji before.
Have you?
I can see a bit of Benji.
I can see
You with a
bits
hat
of
on,
Benji.
Dad's like Eddie's Benji, and then he
Yeah.
thinks that you are in between both. But he thinks you're basically Jerome Hughes.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I mean, if I had to look like a NRL player, like it's easily Jerome Hughes, right?
Yes.
Like
Or a Timu Scope.
current NRL player, though.
Ah, yes.
Timu Scope.
Team is
Scope. But I reckon I'm closer to Hughes than probably Scope. I don't know.
Oh, bro, there's some photos of you in Scope where it's like, didn't someone come
thought
to this
it-
on the stream and thought you were Scope?
No, someone
Magic
at some
round.
event, someone's like,
Where
There
was
an
that?
event where
Where was
someone was
that?
talking to you like you were Scope.
Yeah,
I thought it was-
yeah.
Magic round. Where the fuck was
No, it was
that?
here, I thought.
no, it was Magic Round. It was like the Magic Round in like the Caxton. It's when you guys are all doing your things or something, and then I was like alone, just trying to work my way through some dribblers, and some guy was talking to me for ages, and I realised that he thought I was Scope, and I'm like, I just don't have the energy to correct this thing.
Yes, you start talking about the 2013 grand final. And
Yeah,
how disappointed you were
Mace is a legend, man. Like,
Anyway, I've got Wishy, Katoa, and Hughes. That's 22.48. Need it. Sebo. Scopey.
look, I've got I guess my not identical twin, but potential brother Hughes in there as well. He's been in all my Melbourne Mets of late, and he's banging. I just can't get the other leg. I'm seeing the other guys are getting up on Wishy a fair bit, so I thought I'd just join the party, see if I can join that sort of fun. Hughes and Wishy, 8.91.
Beautiful. And what is the Lippy doing?
He's
Sean DePaul.
Sean DePaul.
There's a track there of Sean DePaul that I've been listening to recently that I fucking love.
Sean DePaul was a fucking...
I know, but like I'm rediscovering it now, and it's like
I got the right.
It's not that one. No,
Sing it.
It's not that. I'm trying to.
Sean DePaul.
I can't.
You can.
It starts like they all start like that.
Yeah,
they all
do. DJ Khaled of his time.
But he's got Meany and Purdue at 8.84.
Don't mind it. That's pretty good. I don't mind that for 2 legs. You want to talk about $8 for 2 legs? $8. Yeah. You got Meany and Purdue. That to me is
there's some
a good
value
$8. Next up, Roosters v the Tigres at Allianz Stadium. $1.26 for the Roosters, $3.90 for the Tigers. The line 12.5 and the total 47.5. Corbs.
Chance of showers for this one, but I'm expecting it will be dry on Sunday by kickoff. Now, the Roosters, they absolutely dominate this fixture. They've won 13 consecutive home games against the Tigers, having not lost to them at home since 2009. Their last 4 home wins have been by 24 or more points. Their last 5 meetings against the Tigers have been by 20-plus points. So I would be hammering that minus 12.5 line. For try scorers, Daniel Tupou, absolute lock. I know he's only $1.53, but he is a shoo-in to score 21 tries in 15 games against the Tigers. Left wingers have a 73% strike rate against the Tigers, scoring in 5 consecutive games against them. If you are looking for a bit more value, then you could look to a Tigers player because the Roosters are all bugger all money. Stafford Toa, he's in the 3s. He's scored 4 tries in his last 4 games. The Tigers, they rank first for tries scored by right centres, whilst the Roosters are 6 for tries conceded to right centres in the last 5 weeks. So don't mind him.
I think I actually remember Cody Totes. I think it was Cody Totes saying this. This could be and he's obviously a Tigers fan for those of you uninitiated, but that this could be a bloodbath. This game, Tigers getting fucked to death.
Did he say that? When did he say that?
I don't know. I could be wrong, but they have no one. Appy out, Jerome out, Buller out. De Silva gone.
Heath Mason out.
This could be biblical in
this could be one of the
nature.
great fistings we've seen, and I'm going to gamble as such, and I'm just making some additions to my bet. So just bear with me. I'll send it over to
Given
Simo.
it's a fisting of some rugby league note, and given that I have this season just tried to get fucking wins out the door instead of going for glory, I think Tedesco into Billy Smith in what is touted to be a bloodbath. Billy Smith back, ripping, having fun. Tedesco, I feel like vibe has overtaken my thought process here, that he's been scoring a lot of tries in these bye-round fixtures, maybe just a reminder, not to his coach, Laurie Daly, your ex-coach, but to the state that he used to be the man. I like Teddy and Billy at $5.31. $5.31 in a predicted bloodbath.
Yeah.
Given the fact that they humped this fixture every year and they don't have any fucking players and the wheels fell off at Tiger Town weeks ago.
Exactly.
They are begging for another spoon, begging on their fucking knees, gagging for it, going, give it, damn it.
Give it to me, Mr. Heskey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Heskey.
Yeah, like old mate did in the kitchen.
Yeah. This is break the bed sort of stuff with that guy with the birthmark on his foot that fucking wigged me out.
That was, mate, he gave the kitchen island one of the great thrashings.
Yeah. Or Devil Dick Willie, I think, was one of the more prominent roofers.
Teddy and Willie, 531. I've just banked me them units right now, baby. You
Yep.
might as well give them to me now.
This is, the more I think about this game, the more confident I am that this is a fuck to death situation.
Triple the chooks.
Rooster fuck Tiger. No, because I've got a biblical bet on my hands. I'm going for immortality.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going for immortality. And I started with Marky Mark 2 or more into a Hugo Savala.
Yep.
Which I think is a good style of a bet. And for that you get 29.47. But when you think about the possibilities,
Which are endless.
Of just a humping.
Of note.
You throw in
Something that would belong in the Old Testament.
Yeah, Old Testament. When God was a spiteful, scornful individual.
That's right. He was a naughty boy.
Yes.
Or girl.
Well, I believe depicted as a man. Depicted as a man.
Old Testament's surely a man.
I think God depicted as a man generally.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Ariana Grande might have sung a song that suggested differently. Not important. You add 2 more try scorers to this bet. So currently it's a 29-something. Mark 2 or more, Savala. You then add 2 certainties, Daniel Tupou and a Jimmy Tedesque, and you get $106.04. It's a lot.
It's a lot. The Mark II Plus is your hardest leg.
In the centres. Savala might also be as well.
No, but Hugo likes buy-round footy. Big fan of it.
There are some tough legs in here. But if you're going to stand for anything, you got to stand for something, and I'm standing for immortality. It'd be a nice... Imagine becoming immortal when you're down 70 units, dude. Stranger things have happened. That's a bet.
Nice. Proud of you, mate.
Nice.
Stranger things happen when you're going around the twist.
Correct.
You heard the word?
Have you ever? That's a great track.
I never liked that show.
Really?
I found it was weird.
It
was weird.
No, but
That was the show.
No,
Every
but
Aussie
weird.
show in the
They lived in a lighthouse.
No, I know, but it wasn't like I didn't enjoy it weird. I was like, this is like it gave me the ick.
Remember, no one else seems to remember when I talk about it, but Genie Down Under, like the Aussie show where there's like an outback genie, and it's just like this kid, and he's got a genie, and he's like an adult, and it's Genie Down Under. It's the same kind of time slot as what's it called?
The Genie from Down Under.
That sounds like an adult film.
No, when this went off, you didn't like
see that guy.
You didn't like this.
You didn't
when this fires up.
No, I like the song. Don't worry about that. It's
No,
got
but it's
some-
just a
This
fun,
is
weird,
nostalgia,
like
baby.
twisted kind of story for 15 minutes.
dude,
Track.
not anti it. Didn't love it. Like I would opt for something else if it was on. I'd be like,
Oh,
yeah.
you'd opt for something else.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What, Trapdoor?
Trapdoor.
Trapdoor fucked the house down.
These shows are all at the same
mad.
time.
I know, I'm just saying, what else would you be, because in that time slot? Like,
Well, it depends. Like
Trapdoor was an in-betweener, though. It was 5
No,
minutes.
Trapdoor was like 5-10 minutes.
So was
Yeah,
Pingu.
yeah.
That was one of those short in-betweeners.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pingu.
Yeah, Pingu.
He got it done.
Pingu got the job done. Johnson and Friends was etched, but I would watch that. I don't know why.
That's way weirder than
No.
Round the Twist.
I'd tell you what was the weirdest.
I reckon if you
We've
watch
already
Johnson
done-
and Friends
Lift
again,
Off.
you'd be like,
Lift
fuck
Off.
off.
Lift Off's the
Which
weirdest
Which was
one.
Lift Off?
The one with
One
like
with
a
the-
cactus with like an eye and
No,
shit.
and like the one with like the doll with no face. It would like
Lift Off.
It's like a mannequin baby. It was fucked.
It was like, I swear,
I sort
all
of talk about this on the podcast. Oh,
children's
no,
90s shows are like on some sort of acid trip or something. Like it's,
yeah, I wonder if like that was a grungy, acidy just time and like.
well, just like, yeah, I don't know. Kids must love imagination stuff. So here's like a cactus with an eye and like a vacuum that's.
And I guess
like,
they didn't have graphics, so it was like
Yeah.
we just need to make this shit, and it's never going to look good. It's like Kelvin's Tickle Me Blocker, you know, like that looks terrifying. It's because someone made it.
Yeah, look at that Lift Off.
Yeah, it's a fucking weird show. I don't remember Lift Off. Really.
Lift Off was the worst of all of them, comfortably. What are you betting on?
Look, I'm just going to take a leaf out of Tom's book. I had a May in there and a someone else, a Marky Mark, who I'm keeping in. But I'm just going to do a Tom's thing and just kind of just click some buttons here and just work my way to $50. So if we go Marky, we go Teddy. We're taking a Billy Smith.
Yep.
And then we need to get some value in there. What position does Egan Butcher play?
He'll be probably left second row.
Left second row. We'll get that in there. That's 64.02 already.
Okay.
There
are
we
you
go.
gonna give any sort of like immortal speech, or are you just letting the odds do the talking?
I'm just going to let the odds do the talking on this one.
Yep.
Because it wasn't pre-planned.
Yep.
You know,
That's
it's
not
just
good. That's not good juju. I reckon if you give it a bit.
different tactics. So I mean, I've already given it, $198
But you had a
worth of
beautiful.
fucking-
But you had a beautiful.
That's
bit
what I
of
mean.
narrative.
I'm just trying a different tactic here. I'm just doing.
That's why I got up.
click
Beautiful
buttons.
bit of narrative
Yeah.
to find that bet.
Keep shitting on it. Keep shitting on it.
I can't believe I had an immortal bet and I fucking didn't put it on. I think about that often. It's fucking. I just is. I would have actually.
You had an Ozaki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I would
hit one
have had
last
two.
year.
I would have had like
Two?
Well, as in, I got the Ozaki,
Yeah.
but then it was an immortal week because I got 100% of my bets.
Yeah. Walking the line, essentially. Yeah. But that's not an immortal bet. It's probably an immortal week.
It's an immortal week.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have become like Mr. Perfect. I would have,
Yeah.
like, it would have just changed my life.
And didn't you hit like an Origin 80 bucker, but you
Yeah.
forgot to put it on? or
No,
something?
I changed it. It was
You
my
changed it,
It was my
yeah.
game bet, and then I
Yeah.
put it as my thingo, and then I changed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. It would have been immortal, though. It would have been immortal. So, it's not about me.
That was so good. I'm like, where's this video? Oh, this video's taken a while. Oh, he hasn't definitely put it on.
No. I was like, what do I do? I was just sitting there like thinking, what do I do here?
I thought you were getting Cody to you're gonna like get some graphics, like try edit it, try send through the slip with like an edited slip to make it try get past the keeper going.
Oh, like try and doctor
Photoshop your slips. That would have been so
I would, if I was going to doctor him, I wouldn't have sent it to Cody because then someone else knows. You'd have to doctor it yourself.
You wouldn't be able to.
Mate, you could doctor a fucking slip, I reckon.
Were you sitting there being like, I might roll the dice and hope they don't check? No,
I knew you would check.
No,
I knew you would check. So it's like, what do I do here? I just got to fucking own it. Just got to own it.
It's been really simplified now, thanks to our good mates at Ned's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the profiles. It's
Yeah.
just so simple now.
Get on the profiles.
If it's not on there, didn't happen. Lippy, Roosters minus 12.5, Tupou mark to have 2 plus, $2.83. What?
Oh, my. Is that right?
Maybe not. What is it?
That couldn't be right.
No. Oh no, it is. No, Tupou
What?
and Mark to have 2 between them. It's not like both.
Oh, Tupou and mark to have 2 between them, 283. Roosters minus 12. That's a weird bet.
That's a fucking weird bet. All right. Last match of the round, we have the mighty Manly Seagulls against Sebo's Rabbitohs, even though he's wearing a Dogs jersey. Bad omen. That's at 4 Pines Park. We will be there handing out Good Day hats pre-game on the hill under the sign on Good Day Hill. $1.33 for the mighty Manly Seagulls, Pride of the Peninsula. $2.20 for the Rabbitohs. 9.5 the line, 46.5 the total. Rando, positive Manly stats, please.
It's going to be dry for this one. I'll start with a negative. Beware, the Rabbitohs have won 8 of their last 9 games against Manly. However, Wayne has lost 7 of his last 8 games at Brookie. Manly, they have won 6 of their last 7 home games against bottom 9 opponents by 13 plus points.
Yep.
And the Seagulls, they haven't lost a round 18 fixture since 2018, winning their last 6 games on this round. For try scorers, keep saying his name, but Tolatau Kula scored in 6 consecutive home games now. The Rabbitohs' right edge is their weakest, conceding 34% of their tries in the last 5 weeks. He's at $2. But if you're looking for some great value, Luke Brooks, $5.20. He's only scored once this season. However, the top scoring position against the Rabbitohs this year is the left half, who have scored 11 tries. That's more than the left winger, right winger. So look at him if you're looking for value.
Good stats.
It is a good stat. I just don't know if I can fucking go on old Brooksy. I don't know, Ed. What are you thinking?
Mate, I'm just going to go Manly 13 plus Ruben Garrick. Like, Manly fucking humped the Rabbitohs. The wheels have fallen off over there. I don't know what's going on. You suck.
A million injuries.
Oh, whatever, mate. Everyone's got injuries.
Wake up, bro.
Wake up. Wake up to yourself.
Some people have injuries way worse than others.
Like what? Like what? Like what? What's...
I'm pretty sure if you did like total games missed due to injury, Rabbitohs first, daylight second.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bet you $50.
Mate, we don't have a front row.
$50. Well, you
We've been playing without a front row.
Yeah, we've got way more injuries than you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
See us,
Over the whole
Winton?
season.
Yeah, 100%.
No, you don't.
You're missing Cam Murray. That's it. Boo-hoo.
Oh, wow.
Over the whole season, you've got more
Who's
injuries.
out for
Cam
you?
Murray.
Cam Murray.
Who else?
Okay, we had Tyron Munro out for ages.
Oh, wow. No.
We've had Humphreys out. We've had
Humphreys
Trell
are
out.
playing.
We've had Campbell Graham out. We've
Playing.
had AJ out.
Yeah.
We've had Jack White out. Yeah.
Playing.
Okay,
They're all playing. They're all playing.
We've had Turbo out. We've had fucking Hamole out. We've had Paseka out. We've had Lodge out. We've had
Rando,
Sub
can you
out.
do
Brown
total,
out,
total
Sub
games
out.
missed to injury?
Tommy Talau's been out all year.
Croker's been out.
Croker's been out. Fucking Jake Trebojevic has been out.
Turbo's been out again.
Turbo's been out again.
Yeah.
That's the second time.
I'm
Aloi's
not
going
sure.
to have to fucking retire. Like,
Mate, you're basically full strength this weekend except Murray and Latrell.
What about Cody?
Cody Walker.
he's out again.
Oh, he's out again. But besides that, what I'm saying is you're shit and you need to accept it and move on. And this injury thing's pathetic because everyone in rugby league teams has injuries. So Manly 13 plus at home Sunday afternoon. That's the time that we like to hump. And Ruben Garrick back on that left wing is purity. That's rugby league purity right there. That's where he belongs. That's where he does his very best rugby league work. It's where he broke the point scoring record, I believe. And it's what gives the team more unity.
Yep.
$3.07.
I love it, Ed.
Thanks.
I absolutely love it.
Thanks,
I
mate.
did have an AJ in my bet because he was $2.
Fuck that guy.
Well, no, absolutely right. And he's also playing fullback. But what I do have is a bet that it's a safety bet. Shout out to the great cricketer. This is safety. This is Manly 13 plus at home. It's Ruben 2 plus. It's cooler and it's Lehigh Hopewadi $30.46.
Well, like an old jeans bet.
It's an old pair of jeans. It's an institution. It's comfy. It fits right. It's a nice pair of slippers that are worn in.
Bill and Tony's institution.
Correct. It's going back to your parents' place if they were still married. It's back to your old family home, fireplace, warm, comfort, hugs.
Yep.
Things are good. Parents are divorced. I can't reiterate that enough. So I don't have that anymore.
You've already said that.
But I don't have that anymore.
Yep.
But this is what I do
That's
have.
what it's giving.
This is what it's giving.
Yes.
It's giving mum and dad still in a happy marriage.
Yep. It's giving grandparents' place.
It's giving grandparents' place.
Yep.
Because my parents are divorced.
Yep.
$30.46.
Your parents divorced?
Yeah.
Since when?
Basically always. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
I'm taking the bunnies just head to head here. Bit of value. What up were they? Like $3 something? Yeah, but there's value there because this is what I love about Manly. You win one game against the Tigers, and look at you now. We're going into that game. You guys were so worried about losing the thing because you know
below them
Manly
on the ladder?
You know Manly are just the most inconsistent team in the world. So you're taking a Wayne
you
Bennett
second
team.
last?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're taking
So
a
you're
Wayne
worse
Bennett
than the
team.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Wayne Bennett team up against a team who just, you don't know what Manly are going to serve up. So I'll take the $3. I'll throw in a bit of a spite bet. Jamie Humphries, he crosses over and goes, hey, you passed me on like 13-19 for just 2 legs, really. Just basically a Wayne Bennett team and their half to score against Manly, who, they beat the Tigers 14 plus last week. Sure.
Can you still say Wayne Bennett's sides? You're coming second last. You've got points difference of minus 111. Ours is plus 40, by the way.
Yeah. And you're a bunch of pussies.
Yep. Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
Yes, we will.
Oh, you bet your ass we'll see, mate.
Lippy, Saab 2 plus. That's the round.
That's the round of rugby league. Let's get to our unit scoopers, hot seats, and get out of here. But I'm going to go to you first, me old mate.
In the Dogs and the Broncos game, I'm going under 45.5 rugby league points. Again, at the top, I said I saw Tweetness, and Tweetness will prevail. Dragons plus 11.5 when they go to GIO Stadium. Cows plus 10.5 when they host the Storm. Chooks minus 12.5, $13.03. I'd love another one.
Yep. What was that pain, sorry?
13.03.
13.03. Sebastian Antoniou.
I might have accidentally come up with a genius bet, much like the apple hitting, who was it, Newton's head, someone like that, discovering gravity.
I believe it was Adam or Eve.
Adam ate the apple.
Out of Newton's mouth.
But the funny thing is, I'm loving the philosophy behind this bet. Again, accidental, have discovered gravity, odds are 47.62, but there's a world where it's an immortal if someone gets one of these. It's an accidental backline bet. You need a halfback, you need a 6, you need a fullback, you need a centre, you need a winger. You're making your own backline for a scoop. It's a scoop and backline. Hughes, Strange, Teddy, Garrick, and Marky Mark. 47.62.
Hughes,
Strange, Teddy, Garrick, Mark.
So you take one winger.
You take a 7,
center.
a 6,
Yeah.
a 1, and then one centre, one winger.
So it's like a Dalian position of the year bet, but like
pretty
only
much
for the week.
One each back, a position in each back.
There you go.
Yep. Sorry, mate. I wasn't paying attention. It sounds great, though.
It's really good.
Hughes, Strange, Teddy, Garrick.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I actually think that's a good bet.
I don't mind it.
It's a good. Geez, it's only 3 short as well. You want to put someone else in there? Put
I
a
know,
benchy.
but the philosophy.
Put a benchy, mate.
No, that will ruin the philosophy.
Yeah, it will ruin the philosophy, won't it? I have got try scorer from every game. I don't know what it adds up to, but I've got Karapani, Jed Stewart, Murray Taulagi, Daniel Tupou, Ruben Garrick. It's not going to be much. It's not going to be much punch dribblers, but I'm just trying to eke my way out of death. Odds will be on screen at time of viewing.
And Lippy's got Tupou and Saab, both first try scorer for 46.87.
Beautiful.
There you go.
All right. Hot seat time. I've got the Dogs minus 5.5. $1.90. Dogs minus 5.5 against the Broncos. I don't like it, but fuck. I actually don't mind it
Is that your best bet of the week?
It's my hot seat bet. Yeah. I think that the Dogs beat the Broncos by more than 5.5 points.
You're more confident in that than the Chooks?
Really?
Humping the
Chook's
fucking
13 plus,
Tigers?
$1.91 too?
It's a great point.
What the fuck's going on?
I don't know
there?
what's
That's your best bet of the whole week?
Well, I'd made my mind up.
There's a
early on
try
in the
score in
show.
a Roosters game, surely at 2.
Yeah,
Got
listen,
106
what
to
the fuck
1
is going on?
But I
odds
don't
in
need
the
$2,
Roosters
do
game.
I? I don't need $2. I only need $1.90. I just need this thing to come off. Do you know what I mean? I just need to come off. Now, that
do
being
you, bro.
said, punters and dribblers,
You do, you.
I did make that before I realised how big of a humping the Roosters are going to put onto the West Tigers. So I'm actually going to take the Roosters minus 12.5. That's a bet.
Isn't that what I just said?
Yeah, no, I'm taking that because Dogs minus 5.5, way less likely than Roosters minus 12.5. I appreciate you being here.
Well, it's in my interest as well.
Yeah, he
for
wants
get
you
a
not to
couple.
lose. That's what's going on.
See, I'm getting manipulated here, aren't I? I'm getting manipulated. I don't.
Up to you, mate.
Listen, I'm getting manipulated. All right, punters and drillers, that's us. Shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Neds as always. And a reminder that State of Origin pot is going to be open later on this week. Get in while the getting's good. It'll be a big one. Game 3. We're doing a live stream for it. Decider. Let's get that pot big and juicy and hot and horny. See you next week.
Bye.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website